Hello, welcome to another Titan Vial League. Testing out some new build. I added an extra forest in place of the Annihilator Reliquary, trying to see how this works out. So far it's been not stellar. We're gonna see how it goes. This hand seems okay. Seems like a hand I would be interested in keeping. Oh, thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. And I'm going through PD games with Amulet Bloom are worthy games to watch you can recall on the spot. Yes, well, the game that got me into Amulet is Pro Tour Born of the Gods round 7, and it was actually a backup match. But that was the game that got me into playing Amulet. So I always strongly recommend that one. What is this? Stoneforge. Okay. Hopefully they go for Batterskull. Sweet. So we're probably going to be slamming this Courser. Mostly because if they mana leak it or something, that means that they don't put Batterskull in play. So that's overall a good thing for us. Sure, this doesn't expose the castle just yet. Thalia on top. Interesting. This is second league already? How did it with first? The first one did not go well, I'll tell you that much. First league did not go well at all. It's okay, it happens. The good old 0-4. That's cool. That's also cool. So we have a surprise Titan next turn, which is kind of cool. And we're gonna see what my opponent does here. And an upkeep, of course. We're gonna be battling Thalia. What's the best deck to play Titans in right now? I think it's probably one of either this deck or the green white Titan deck. Do I double block here? Nah, I'm not gonna double block here. We could cast Titan here, but there's no reason for me to do that. Like, we're gonna have Tracker going. And I think I'm actually gonna get a Queenswap Heath. So we get another clue. Is there anywhere you have both of those decks listed? Yes. You have to go to my Stream Decker. My Stream Decker is where all the goodness is. Probably gonna get... oh, we're not? Sick. Ah, shoot. Didn't want to see a basic there. This is the 4-1 going up to 5, and this is the 3-1 staying on 3. Oh, hello. Let's do that, shall we? Let's play Vial. And I guess we can cast a Thalia here if we wanted to. I kind of don't want to expose the Reclaimer. But we could cast the Thalia. It can get countered, but it's kind of whatever. Mana Leak, sure. I don't think I want to attack. Blocking just seems better. Also, my opponent tapped their Field of Ruin, which means they can't blow up my field. Hardcast Typhoon. Guess that's the plan. 1, 2, 3. Stop on upkeep. This one goes up to 6. Play Primetime. I strongly believe that hardcasting Shard Typhoon it's a mistake more often than not. But people love to do it. So this is the 3-1. This is an always no. And this is going to be yes. Get a Snow Forest. Ooh. There we go. Let's draw that call. We can call for Night of Autumn. They have only 1 card left in hand, so this is whatever. Violin, Night of Autumn. Imagine if my opponent had a 4/4 shark instead of this. I know that Spike loves to do it, and that's probably why a lot of people tend to go for it, but I often like make fun of him because again, I think that it's wrong the vast majority of the time. It's cute though. It's definitely cute. No, because like the Shark Typhoon, if they do happen to actually, for the last card to be a Cryptic, then maybe we might be in trouble. But not really. Like just having access to, like if here we're blowing up the thing. Like, they blow with Batterskull. Now they can't even equip on this, and they can't like attack. Now the Titan's gonna attack. They have 2 cards in hand, which is annoying, but this kind of just locks it up. They can't even cast Cryptic, so this has to be game. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Sounds good. So now we're gonna Vial in Reclaimer end step. Actually, I don't want to draw this because I'm going to upkeep, sack Flagstones, and go get this, so gives me a shuffle. Okay, so we're playing against Blade. We want this. We want that one. Don't want Steve. Don't want Druid. Don't want Gargaroth. Probably want the Pats. Thalia is pretty solid. Plowshare Sword. I just noticed my opponent's moto handle. Sure. Sand looks pretty solid. Turn with Vial. Answer to Stoneforge. Reclaimer. Purge for Ashiok. No, usually you don't care too much about Ashiok. Like, I care more about Sword of Feast and Famine, and this helps me prevent them from connecting with Sword. Not bad. Not bad. The world is our oyster. You can call for anything. Who do we want to call? Ashiok, the Fairy Time Raveler. Okay, so we're definitely going to get a forest here. And we're definitely going to call here. I kind of want to call for Thalia, actually. So if they minus on the Vial, we just Vial in, Reclaimer, response, so we get to answer their Teferi. And if we draw a land, then we are in really good shape. Any land is good. Okay. Actually, I think I like doing this better. This allows him to hit my land drop. know how good of a play that was. So we did hear a land drop there. What we can do is we can play Thalia here. I think I'm actually just gonna play Thalia here and leave Reclaimer activation up. Not even play the Vial. But this starts to get my engine going. Definitely an interesting turn. Definitely a really interesting turn. Reclaimer is so good, yeah, it really is. Dismember Thalia, sounds good. P does not respect the Reclaimer, huh? Can I see a path here? Okay. So we're gonna play Dryad. And I guess I'm gonna play a Reclaimer here. My opponent kind of is forced to minus. Yep. Not surprised to see that. So now we're back to being able to play at instant speed, which is nice. They got Batterskull? That can't be right. Oh, that's why. Okay, so I guess it makes a little bit more sense. 1-2, 1-2. Brutal. Still not in bad shape, actually. I'm not gonna say that we're ahead, but like we're not really that far behind. Like if they go for a sort of Feast and Famine on the Snapcaster or whatever, and we pass them, I think we might actually be in really good shape. Because then we get to untap, play Knight, blow up the sword. If they have Mana Leak, then that's a little bit more problematic. It's not completely crazy for them to have counter magic here, honestly. We have not given them a single time to use it, so it's not completely the craziest thing ever. I'm meaning the Golas because it's possible that they have more where these came from. So I'm kind of respecting that a little bit. Okay, so the last card kind of needs to be some form of counter magic. So they have to have like a cryptic. I guess another Mana Leak would also do it, but like they have to have something good here. Wow. Okay, so we might actually just win this game. Five-0 now we win White Titan Vial. Sweet. Alright, sweet Fridget. Awesome. Awesome to hear that at least somebody's doing well with the deck, right? We can sack this if we want. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. Go to Plains, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get Vesuva. So Vesuva, copy this, and I'm gonna bounce this. So we fizzle the Field of Ruin. So they kind of need to find the cryptic. Okay, there it is. But this means that now they can't use field. So they have one unknown and they have a cryptic on top. So I think we are in go and just get God territory here. But it kind of is what it is. No, 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 no. Not that one. This one. So here we get Valakut, Valakut. We're gonna do this, and this, and this, and this. Oh, I guess I should have gone for lethal, huh? Whoops. It's kind of whatever, though. Because like we just have a Reclaimer. Like we know my opponent's drawing a Cryptic and whatever they have in hand is a dead card. So if we untap with Reclaimer plus Triad, we don't even need the combat step to win. So that's just me being stupid. Whatever. We're done here, right? Like even if my opponent plays their dude, we just violent in Night of Autumn, we destroy the Out of Skull, whatever. Like this game is just over. I've been having that happen a lot lately, where I just miss lethal because I'm so focused on, like, especially in a match like this, like, you don't really expect your Stoneblade opponent to be this low on life, but I forgot to realize that my opponent cast like 3 Dismembers this game. So like this was the first time that I attacked my opponent. That was the first time that I attacked my opponent all game. But topple creatures, you do realize that you are already dead, opponent, right? Oh, undo. There. They could have a Stifle. Yeah, we beat Stifle too. We beat everything. Alright, I didn't forget how to win games with this, how to win matches with this deck. Didn't quite entirely forget. I get it, I would have made the same mistake. Yeah, for real, right? Just like looking at your blue-white opponent's life total and somehow they're at like 6 or something. It's like, wait, what happened here? Oh yeah, that's right, Dismember. What happened against the Dredgevine deck? My opponent had like, they milled exactly the, I was on the draw and I was 1 turn short of stabilizing. They just milled 2 chills and they just chilled me for the full amount on the last possible turn. This hand is kind of awkward. I think I'm gonna ship it. This hand is better. The firstly went as bad as it can go. Last time I started 04, I drove it after. Yes, exactly. That is actually true, which is funny. Yeah, when I had Harlan as a guest, that was great. Actually, I should message Harlan and we should make that happen again. That was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, look at my opponent with the foil Serum Visions. I think I'm gonna go for turn 2 Steve before turn 2 Reclaimer. Because like if I don't find any untapped land off the top, then we basically get time walked. Of course, I would like to get Reclaimer going ASAP, but I think the way that this hand is working right now, we kind of have to do it like this. Okay, so this is Adnos, which is not a good matchup. But it's not the absolute worst either. I mean, it's bad. It's not good. It's bad overall, but it's winnable. Too bad that I bought on the Night of Bottom, actually. So should I go for Forest or should I go for Plains? Because if I draw a Forest, then I can call for Thalia, which is what I'm interested in doing. Semper Merc with the Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Semper Merc. Hope you enjoy your stay. I think I'm actually going to go for... Ugh. This is really tough. I think I'm going to go for Plains. This means I'm not going to be able to Corsair, which is brutal, but... super punished. Yeah, super punished. Super punished. So I guess I'm gonna play a Reclaimer now. And I'm gonna play Sanctuary. Yeah, this deck's mana, in case you were wondering, this deck's mana is pretty rough. That's why when people try to splash colors onto this deck, I always tell them that you probably shouldn't. The mana can be problematic. It's what you get when you're playing, like we're playing 27 lands, but a bunch of those, they tap for effective colorless, right? All of these are not colored sources. Actually, Ghostware is kind of a colored source. You very often just end up Ghostware on your own Flagstones, so you're kind of fine. But like in reality, we only have like 20 lands that tap for the proper colors, and our mana requirements can sometimes be a little bit steep. Like we just saw, like we have Courser, we have Call plus whatever you want to cast. So sometimes you have a little bit of some steep color requirements, which can be rough. But I think what we're going to do here is we're going to untap, we're going to attack with this Reclaimer, and we're going to call for Thalia. Is Call for Thalia better than... Yeah, Call for Thalia is better than Call for Knight of Autumn. Yeah, I think so. They might pack this, actually, yeah. I was gonna say, they might just pack this and just win on their upkeep. So they're probably gonna win with the pack trigger on the stack. So they're gonna start their Lotus Bloom triggers properly, and then they're gonna Angel's Grace plus do all the thing. Oh, they're just paying for the Pact? Oh, wow. Well, now if we top deck another Call, or we top deck... Oh, man. That's bad. I think they have the Thassa Circle kill. But... That's very interesting, because... Yeah, if we had found a Call or a Knight of Autumn, then we can blow this up. That sucks. Life total doesn't matter, so I'm just gonna go for prime time. Honestly, the best thing can happen is they pack this. Yes, alright, so they didn't have the combo last turn, okay? So I have to assume that they don't have the combo this turn either, which means that this Pact of Negation is going to cost them their Lotus Bloom. Unless I'm just getting slow rolled. No, it looks like I'm not. Alright, yeah, I mean, as far as winning the game, we didn't really need that Primeval Titan, so... They put a card on the bottom there. Okay, so we're gonna get the Sombos going this turn. So we start off here. Let's play this. And let's activate sack. Yes, we're gonna get a snook over the plains. And here we're gonna get another flagstones. Well, damn, I kind of want to draw that card. This is lethal next turn, right? 1, 2, 3, we attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we sack, go get 1. Yeah, that's lethal next turn. So I guess it's better for me to just like pass the turn and draw the Dryad. So opponent needs to have the perfects in hand, which is not impossible. Not impossible, but all right, so I think we have lethal right now. So my opponent needs to have so let's do that. Save targets. You. There we go. Always yes, always healed. Get a second Valakut. That's a sick draw actually, because we can play this off the Courser, and now we are threatening. Always yes. We're threatening a kill at instant speed. So my opponent needs to have double Angel's Grace at this point. So I think we're gonna win this actually. Get to play Titan for the first time Friday. Nice. Congratulations. Hope you have a great time. Okay. So they need another Angel's Grace here. Otherwise they die. This deck looks really fun and strong. It's been pretty solid. So if they have perfects, no, they can't have perfects anymore. No, they can. They would need to do what I needed to Angel's Grace there. They need to have an untapped land, and they need to add Nauseam. So I guess that they might have been able to get there. So Eidolons are good, Damping Spheres are good. Thalias are of course good, this is good, this is bad. Gargaroth sucks, Coursers no bueno, Tracker is also pretty bad, Ramming Up is also pretty bad. So I guess Ramming Up plus Deck Edge is actually not the worst plan. Every time I tune into this channel, I don't know what deck to expect, but I always know I'll have Field of the Dead, Valak, and a Dryad somewhere. Yeah, that's probably a fair assumption, viewers. It's probably a fair assumption. Just gonna cut a Prime Time on the draw. Maybe we could cut a Golos instead of the Prime Time. Sure, this hand actually looks pretty good. Lull line of Sanity. I don't think this is a good card for you to bring against this deck. Basically, I don't think that the cost, the deck building cost that you're incurring in order to have this card in your deck, I don't think it's worth the payoff. Like we can win through this very easily. particularly with all the Knight of Autumns and stuff. But even if we didn't have those, it would still be trivial to win through this. Okay, so now that I drew the call, I was gonna say maybe I should not call here, but now that I drew the second call, I'm gonna use this one to go call for Reclaimer. Is Vial gonna May? Yes, yes it is. Actually, that sucks a little bit. So we're definitely calling. We can go for Thalia? Because I'm gonna have to do something here. No, I think I'm gonna go for Reclaimer actually. But I might need to take this turn off because from here we can die to the Oracle combo. So I think I'm gonna play Damping Sphere as I go. Because I'm still not sure what I want to call for, and instead of calling for Thalia, because we have a Damping Sphere effect, right? So instead of calling for Thalia, I could just call for Knight of Autumn and blow up the Unlife. If my opponent tries to get cheeky, they just lose. Sure. Oh, hello. It's kind of a sick top deck. That's a really, really good top deck. Suck this, get Temple Garden, say no. Get another Flagstones. Yes, Violent and Dryad. And they can't really win an instant speed here. So let's call for Knight of Autumn. Say go. Always no. Always healed. Magus, yeah, Magus is a mod here. He won't mod me in his channel, but I am a gentle and caring soul, so I do mod him in my channel. Just gonna block the Unlife. Thassa's Oracle. So in response to this, I Vial in Eidolon. I guess that they don't have the Unlife anymore. I shouldn't have Vial in Eidolon there. If they had the combo, then they couldn't really do it. So that was a mistake. I was thinking that my opponent still had the Unlife, but like it actually doesn't matter. Get another Flagstones. Okay. Gonna get Valakut here. Kill there. Say yes. Move to combat, attack for a bunch. Play Raminap. Flagstones. Say no. Say no. Yes. Temple Garden. Boom. Say no. Okay, so we have very lethal next turn. Even if they do have Bontus that time walks them, and we still have Dry at end step and we untap on Golo, so we set up lethal again 2 turns from now. Yeah, so there's the Bontus that we were expecting. There's the Bontus that we were expecting. All of this, we still have Damping Sphere. Look at there. I'm gonna say no. Stays on 3. Go to combat. Attack with everything. And in QB with the Prime sub. Welcome to the Prime Time Strong Holding QB. Thank you for your support. Hell yeah. Oops, I forgot to. I just have 6 on my turn. Whoopsies. We had lethal, obviously, but I got too excited that Inkubi was joining the Primetime Stronghold that I have 6 from my turn like an idiot. Alright, Night of Autumn, let's go. Reclaimer. So I think I'm going to Golos. We can even play around another Wrath effect. They shouldn't have enough mana. I don't think. Maybe they do. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, actually they might not have enough mana to kill me even. Field of the Dead here? Yep. This allows me, of course, to go squatter myself. And get to zombies, which are lethal. Why can't they Unjust Grace Pasadnas? Because I have a Damping Sphere in play. Damping Sphere is low-key, probably the best cyber card this deck has access to. In the matchups where you want it, it's really, really impressive. Oh, they can do this silly combo now. Oh, they actually have enough, right? Yeah, they have exactly enough. Oh, that resolved. Alright, sick. So that's my opponent in desperation mode, actually. I thought that we're going for lethal, but actually they're in desperation mode. We're gonna get to flip Golos here, even. Always a good time. I guess they could Echo in Truth my dude, but I can Valaka destroy my own dude in response. Okay. So there's that. So green, black, red, blue, white, 1 and 1. Spin Golos. Alright, these are nice. Tech Edge, definitely a good time. And we're gonna destroy the Tech Edge, the white source. Yeah, Thalia is pretty good there. Cast this. Play this. Even if they have another Wrath, we go Squatter ourselves, get a basic, kill them. And they cannot use this. I mean, if they use it, they need to win, because that will be the last point of damage. So that means that they would die to state-based effects. They can't exceed their Brass Trigger. I think that they can, with the trigger on the stack, they can grace, and that prevents the damage. So they can do that. And that is the big difference why this Ad Nauseam decks plays City of Brass instead of Mana Confluence. But this means that they can't cast Unlife, right? Like, it has to be Angel's Grace. It cannot be Unlife, so that limits, like, they only have 3 cards in their deck that matter. And all of this, again, we still have lethal through my opponent using a Wrath here, because we can go Squatter ourselves. Unlife can be cast with the Prism. Yes, yes it can. Yes it can, that's true. We do get another spin for our troubles. Okay, so I have to assume that they have something here. Yeah, if it is Essentials Grace, they should have definitely cast it off the City of Brass. Alright, spinning Golos again. Funny how Golos was actually better than Primetime in this specific scenario, because it got me even more disruption. So that's really, really funny. I wouldn't expect that to be the case, but it certainly was the case this game. Blast on 4 to blow up the ley line. I mean, we could do that, but that would take 2 turns. Wait, what? Oh, Thalia, that's right. Happily paying that though. Again, it's not like this Leyline is doing absolutely nothing, but I wonder if my opponent has another copy of Leyline in their hand. I wonder if they have something like... Basically, I wonder if they are really paying the cost of this. Like, I wonder if they kept a Leyline hand that was kind of shaky, and, you know, they thought, oh yeah, I have Leyline, so my opponent can't kill me, and it's just like, that's just not how it works. Alright, sweet. 2-0. I'm gonna take a very short break because I need to go to the bathroom. I didn't take breaks in between the other league. So I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And yeah, just hang in there for a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. match. Is there a reason that you play 3 forests instead of 1 cavern? Yes, I think that a basic forest is better than a cavern in this deck. You can go fetch it with both Steve and Springbloom Druid. You can cast any of your spells regardless of their type. Basic forest is better than Cavern of Souls in this deck. What's up, Stabs? How's it going? How excited am I from the new Green Mythic? Did they just spoil a new Green Mythic? I don't see it. A lot of people have talked to me and have asked me about Omnath and Nissa, the Nisha of Shadowed Bows. Man, we had an entire episode, like almost a 2-hour episode of the Titan Talk cast, and it disappeared into thin air. I like keeping this hand for sure. Let's go with that. A bit surprised by the lack of Night of Reliquary. Come doesn't make the cut. It did in the past, and it was the worst card in the deck. I actually, today is like the first time that I'm not playing Night since like the past 3 weeks basically, and the reason is that this is not a good Night of the Reliquary deck. It just isn't. Like you play 3 fetches, and you don't even have that many ways of cracking Night of like getting value from Night. This is not a very good Night of the Reliquary deck, unfortunately. No Flaxus or Reclaimer in the opener. Can't keep that hand. I mean, it's turn 2 Thalia against Bogles is actually not bad. I guess it depends on what they do here. Spirit Link. So we get to trade for the Spider Amber. I think that we just take this. Their life total in this matchup doesn't matter whatsoever. This is kind of bad. Did you like Night in Dom Harvey's list? Well, Dom's list is basically the same as mine, right? He just cut the vials for other cards and added more Titans. It's kind of the same. I think Dom's has like a couple more fetch lands, but that's kind of about it. Oh, missing land drops is brutal. Missing land drops is brutal. We really need to hit our land drops here. So I think I have to go for Courser and try to get lucky, and we didn't. Yeah, this is not gonna work out. Not gonna work out. That really sucks. That really sucks. I guess I would have traded with the Bogle, right? Oh, come on, really? I'm gonna call just to shuffle because we need to find lands. Mana Tide. Okay, I'm not so upset about my card getting Mana Tide. I am just really upset about not being able to hit my land drop, though. 2 Mana Tide, yeah, I know. My opponent basically played Censor there. And I'm okay with this. Alright, sweet. That's a land. Okay. Okay. Here's a Dryad. Here's another land. Okay. Okay, we're in this. We are in this. Also, did I just miss? I think I might have messed up, actually. And it would have been correct for me to block. Because the damage... No, it wouldn't have been correct. Never mind. First strike gets rid of the Umbra, but then the damage happens, so... So I think I'm actually going to chill here, and if my opponent attacks, I am going to block, like snap it off basically, because that actually frees up my damage scroll, and I'm gonna be able to call for Titan. So yeah, so this is whatever. This doesn't really do anything. Man, Thalia's doing so much work this game. The amount of work that Thalia has been doing so far, it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so we can track her here. It's gonna give us some life, a nice little shuffle. Nice. Draw a card. And we pass. We're gonna be calling for Titan. I think it's really important for us to kill the Spirit Dancer. Like, this is the only way that my opponent wins, I think. Ethereal Armor. That's also pretty good. Hyena Umbra. So we block with Thalia and Tracker. We crack a clue. We use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Titan mana. Then we kill this, kill this. I think that's the line, right? I basically have to get Blast Zone here going. Three. Their life total is irrelevant. Like, it just doesn't matter whatsoever. Call for prime time. Here we do Valakut and Field. I think that this is one of those situations where we accept the fact that we're just going to lose to one of the flying auras. But we are probably going to be beating everything else. So we'll make a bunch of dudes. They have 14 power. I think I want to play Thalia here. Pretty unfortunate that we missed on hidden land there. But that's okay. I think I want to have all of my dudes on defense. Alright, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign for us. Don't have the flying one. Okay, another rancor is probably beatable for us. So you have to put 11 toughness in front of that. So that's 6, 10. So we put the prime time and the 3 zombies in front of this. Yeah, 12 toughness. Yeah, my bad. So we block with, I think that's the line, right? So that's 12. We go to 1. Yeah, first strike doesn't change anything at all. Just go down to 1 here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Call for prime time. One, 2, 3, 4. So I think making zombies is a priority. These are always gonna go face. And at this point, we're just making more zombies that they can deal damage. So again, the only thing that matters really at this point is a flying aura. That's the only thing that matters. We could go for blast zone, but I don't think it's not gonna get to a point where it matters, right? It's not gonna get to a point where blast zone matters. I think Dryad puts more bodies into play. So if I had gone for Blast Zone enters the battlefield tapped, so that makes things tougher for me, right? And we actually might be able to set up a lethal next turn. Blast Zone seems like the safest option though. Again, we don't have time. The problem with Blast Zone is that we literally don't have time because I get it and it enters tapped. Also, they already have Umbras. Not that it really matters, but so yeah, it is the quote-unquote safest option if I could make it work, which I can't. So that's the only problem with Blast Zone. Yeah, so they can attack. That's fine. Can we block with everything? We can't block with everything. All right, it's gonna be a lot of clicking. Lots of clicking. Opponent gains a bunch of irrelevant life. Now we actually can't Blast Zone. This is finally the first turn where we're going to have enough mana and stuff to do that we can actually Blast Zone. But not before this. Before this, we basically never had the chance. One drops Pog. So we're gonna do Ghost Quarter plus Blast Zone this time. Ghost Quarter allows me to reset basically. Could get second Valakut again. Like their life total doesn't really matter just yet. Like whenever we kill them, they're gonna be really dead. Like we don't need to be worried about that. Blast on a bounce, blast on replay. Yep, bounce land is right here. But my Vesua has already been used, and I have 2 land drops, so. And now we have it locked up. Now it's actually locked up. 1, 2, 3. So I guess we can just play Garderoth. Might as well, right? We can also Ramin up, I guess. Whatever. I want to make sure that I have guaranteed value from Ramin up. So this is now lethal. Yes. Rancors go back. Doesn't really matter. We block with big Gargs. Let's make it 3/3. Yeah, we're gonna play with Ramin up. That's why I didn't play the Ramin up last turn, right? I don't want the Ramin up to get randomly passed and we don't get value. Alright, MVP from this game, Thalia. The amount of work Thalia did this game, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, really an absurd amount of work from Thalia. The real MVP, exactly. Good job, Thalia. Opponent just doesn't want to hit that concede button, I guess. Let's not forget about the land that ignore. The land that generated 100 power in 11 turns. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Alright, finally opponent takes it. Remember when my opponent was at 80 plus life? Those were good times. Those were good times. Eidolon is somewhat interesting on the play. I'm not too into it on the draw. It's definitely a matchup where you don't win over sideboard too much, you know. I think the paths are important because Core Spirit Dancer is pretty scary. Also, shout out to Thalia for taking one for the team and like allowing us to a little bit of a tempo boost by like chump blocking with her in order to to be able to cast the Eladamri's Call on that same turn. Shout out to Thalia for taking one for the team. That was pretty cool. But yeah, like in speaking seriously, basically, I think that like Thalia, the amount of work that Thalia did this game, it really cannot be understated. It really cannot be understated. Like we wouldn't have been able to get to a point where we were actually getting tokens from Field of the Dead without Thalia. Like we would have died way earlier. We would have died way earlier. So yes, like Field of the Dead was the card that ended up taking over the game. But if it hadn't been for Thalia, then we would have never been able to get to that part of the game, basically. Turn 1 Sanctuary, yeah. Yeah, so this is why I keep a Path to Exile in this matchup. Like when, like the Core Spirit Dancer is actually kind of scary. It really is. Brutal. Is Thalia blocking? No, she's not, right? Sure. Second core is fine. Like, we're losing to the first one, right? So, like, a second one doesn't really... Okay, so attacking doesn't matter anymore, I guess. I mean, but this is why I have access to Path to Exile in my deck, right? It's precisely because of this, so... That's real fucking interesting. We can Dryad here. I think that's the line, right? We just Dryad. And next turn we Springloom Druid or potentially Titan. That is the way that I win this game. So we're just gonna have to send one of these guys. Now, as long as there's no Rancor or no Flying Aura, we're gonna be fine, I think. Or like the Pro Creatures Aura. Yeah, all of this is fine. All of this doesn't really matter too much. So I think we're gonna have to... We have to draw a land here. All right. So, prime time, we Valakut. They have a Umbra though. So if we blow up the Umbra, this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12. So it's not gonna be enough. Though we at least get Zombos. So Blast Zone and Radiant Fountain. Definitely killing the core. And the other one's going face. Again, we're still losing to the same... We lose to the pro creature. The pro creature aura or the flying aura. And we probably lose to Rancor as well. Though I'm not so sure about Rancor. But if we untap, we win. Because we get to Blast Zone, blow up all their 1-drop auras, and then we just kill their dude. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so we're gonna win this game. This gives First Strike, right? Oh, it doesn't give anything. Good job, opponent. You have a lot of life. You have a shit ton of life. I miss Etherling. Oh, those were the times. Okay, so we can do a lot of things here. I kind of want to get Vesuva copying Blast Zone. Blast Zone is going to blow up everything, but... How much damage is that going to be? So that's going to be like a 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be a 9, 9, 11. Oh, wow. Death penalties. Gifting 5 subs. Thank you so much, Death Penalties. Really appreciate this support. Congratulations, Gilly15, the Hex Mage, Nuix, Retract, and Reflux 2. All of you. Thank you so much for being here. For being a part of the Primetime Stronghold. So I'm pretty sure that we... Unless I wildly miscounted. This should be for here. So, Vesuva, Valakut, Vesuva copies Blast Zone, Valakut there, Valakut there, Valakut there, and Valakut there. Yes, and yes. Sacrifice Blast Zone. Springmoon Druid. No! Well, misclicked. Whatever. I mean, it's not like we're losing this game, right? We already have another Blast Zone ready to go. It was a punt, not gonna lie there. Most definitely was a punt, but we're still fine. You have a fetch line play? We don't have a fetch in play. Interesting, I thought we had a fetch. Yeah, opponent has had a lot of life, but it doesn't matter. No, we're eventually gonna get to kill them. He's just flexing on the Bogle player hard. Yeah, I know, right? Let's play another Dryad just because. Sound like we're losing this game. Sound like the thing that somebody would say right before they lose. Yeah. I mean, my opponent can try to not lose. It's not gonna work out for them, I'll tell you that much, but they can definitely try to not lose. Illedambris Skull. More like Illedambris Pog. Am I right? Am I right? More like Illedambris Pog. We have established a loop, opponent. I have now established a loop. Even before Winds of Abandon. They couldn't even cast it. They only had 6 mana and we have Ithalian in play. Playing around Winds of Abandon, even. Illedambri Pog, exactly. I think I would keep this only if I had an attack resource. Can you explain why you prefer Vial in the deck versus no Vial? I think Vial gives you an angle of attack and smooths out the deck in a very significant way. Player can concede the game at any time. A player who concedes the game leaves the game immediately. That player loses the game. It is a beautiful text. It really is a beautiful text. Some might even call it poetry. Some might even call it poetry. Ooh, the elemental stack, Pog. The Vial mirror match. Crap. I really don't want to copy my bonus covered here. I think I'm just gonna do this. But I really want to vomit my hand as soon as I can. If we had access to Reclaimer here, this would be sick. What if Vesuva copied Vesuva? Then it would be a Vesuva, but it would, I think it would enter tapped. If you choose to copy nothing with Vesuva, it actually enters untapped, which is pretty funny. Sure, that's really fucking scary. I'm really, really scared of Skelemental. But I think Dryad is more important. We're just gonna get completely hosed by Skelemental. It's gonna take our last 2 cards, and we're gonna be really sad. Got smacked in this matchup. Yeah, this deck is real scary. On the plus side, if they don't really have Skelemental this very turn, I think that we are gonna turn the corner. And it's possible that my opponent might not be able to come back. Ah, fuck, they have the Skelemental. Yep. Nope. So they needed to have the Skelemental right then and there. If we get to untap and we get to start getting tracker value, then I think we take over, but... Alright. Brutal. Why does it make you discard 2 cards, right? Why doesn't it make you discard just 1 card? Ramina. Probably gonna go after the Vial regardless. Ugh, fuck. Okay. Jose with the cheer. Just a ball lining. How bad can it be? God damn it, Jose. We have a recent reef too. Fuck. So they're gonna start drawing cards now. Vomit. Yeah, when I tried this deck, it was a lot of fun. Of course, main deck Fulminator, because fuck me, right? Can we win anymore? Yes, Raminap off the top, or Lumber Skull for Raminap. Let's go. Oh yeah. Eh? Actually, that's not awful, right? That basically blanks Skelemental. It's pretty sick. I think I have to start clocking them. This blanks Skelemental altogether, which is nice. First strike, baby. Let's go. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked. Also, I left myself dead to Phantasmal Image, I guess, to like this specific scenario that's about to happen right now. Oh, Flicker Wisp. Yeah, I mean, Horizons did fix a couple of things. Yo, Spike! Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Spike's stream. Playing against Skelementals here. Having some fun with Titan Vial. And thank you for the sub, Spike. Appreciate the support. Love your stuff, dude. So always a pleasure. Resto Kiki, thank you for the follow. Okay, so they have a Vial draw. Would love to find a Reclaimer off the top right now. Reclaimer. Reclaimer, Gargaroth, it's basically the same thing, right? I'm gonna hold on to this Bajuki Ball because it's actually quite relevant in this matchup. Yeah, MH1 was also probably the best limited format that I've ever played. Like, I don't really play that much limited, but... Oh, fool. I'm just getting wrecked every... Oh. God damn. Just getting wrecked every single step of the way. Every single step of the way, I'm getting wrecked. MH1 Limited was very, very good. Yep, it really was. It really, really was. I don't think Force of Negation upgrade for Kegel is from it. That's definitely a questionable one. That is certainly a questionable one. I honestly think this is what we're supposed to do here. Because if we draw land, we actually start triggering Valakut. And if we start triggering Valakut, we win. So the best draw that we can find is probably a fetch land. Fetch land? Call. What does call do? What does call do? I think we just do this and pass. No, we don't have Thalia. I don't think Thalia is very good in the matchup overall. We're probably gonna call for Ramunap. Depends on what they do here, obviously, right? 100% depends on what they do here. I think that the play is to call for Ramunap. Therift 289, thank you for the follow. So we wait until they attack. We do this. Say yes. Get a Temple Garden. Go get Vesuva. Copy Bog. Bog my opponent. Oh shit, this Unsettled Mariner is an absolute nightmare. Yes. So that gets bogged. That's gone. Get it out of here. Now we violin in Dryad. Bojuka Bog, exactly. What do you got here? Opponent flicker. If there's a flicker was like just flickering my Dryad, I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, this is fine. Like we just take 3 damage. They still need something here. Because otherwise we're just gonna clear their board. Hey Black Regulars, welcome to the stream. I don't know what they're trying to do. Another Vial? Yeah, so that we can work with. Alright, so Dryad's back here. Now we're gonna get to do a lot of stuff off of this off of the single Flagstones. Oh, we drew another one. Plains. Get Valak. Valak at that one. Yes. Let me just get ramming it. Okay, so if we untap, we should be able to completely stabilize. But we're out of cards, and our opponent also seems to be a little bit low on cards. I don't know what it is that they can top. They probably start with Recent Reef, and they just kind of snowball from there. We are at a virtual 6 life. We are at a virtual 6. Yeah, I don't like where this is going. Shriek Maw. That's a problem. So that kills the Dryad, probably. We still have game thanks to Reclaimer. Should we kill the Wisp because they don't have anything in the graveyard they can recover? They can record the Wisp. if I kill this, they get back the Wisp. So, not a probably not the best line. Not bad. Okay. So sack this. Probably gonna go for field here. Field of the Dead. So we can start getting an army going. We're gonna start to try to gonna try to turn the corner here. No idea how effective it's gonna be, but I just have to hope. I'm definitely pathing this wisp, by the way. Another skelemental would be kind of annoying. It's just a matter of time, right? Like, the issue is that we're a little bit in the... We are threading on thin ice, right? Like, that's the big problem here. I am very much not comfortable going down to 3, so... We're gonna path here. Titanable efficient of the deck, or is that still up in the air? No, that's the... Yeah, it's Titan Vial. I'll be the first one to tell you that it's not a good name, though. We'll be the first one to tell you that it's not a good name because it's a little bit misleading. You have to kill Reclaimer here. No, I think that there's a deck that's called Green-White Reclaimer, which is basically this deck without Vials. And then there's Titan Vial, which maybe should be called Green-White Vial Reclaimer or something like that. The lands are different? No, not really. One has more lands than the other one. That's basically... And this is definitely a land style deck, by the way. One of them just has more lands than the other one. That's kind of like the only real reason difference between both. I am definitely a green-white kind of guy. We just call it Mover Maverick. No one understands exactly what that means in Legacy anyway. Well, I mean, Mover Maverick to me is Maverick to me is a Knight of the Reliquary deck, and like I could play Knight of the Reliquary, and I don't, so that should give you a pretty straightforward assessment that this is not a Knight of the Reliquary deck. And with that in mind, calling this deck Maverick is just not accurate. Like Green-White Value Town maybe could be called Maverick, for example. Reverse Grixis, multi 1-drops featuring Primeval Titan. Nice. Miss the days when decks were named after breakfast cereals? Yeah. Those were the times. This hand basically hinges on how fast my opponent can play a Skelemental. Field of the Dead, grab a ban. I mean, anything could eat a ban, honestly. I'm not gonna tell you that it's not gonna get banned. Same thing with Uro. Like, I'm also gonna tell you. I'm also not gonna tell you that it is gonna get banned. Is Reclaimer better at doing what Knight does? In this deck, yes. By a long shot. Reclaimer? I guess we can call for Reclaimer if we wanted to. Honestly, seems good to me. So what time we ban Altar of Dementia? Oh yeah, it's been roaming around freely for way too long. I like this. I like my opponent being on a slow draw. Yeah, this is fine. Cool. Quoting a burn player at my OGS, ban Thoughtseize. That's some real deep shit right there. Reclaimer. Let's go. 1 and 1 Steven. Thank you for the follow. I think I actually want to hold the Vial in hand. What's your record with green, white, flagstones, mid-range? It's called Titan Vial Grilled Cheese. We started 0-4 in the first league and now we're 3-0. We haven't dropped a game. Also, the previous league, we actually lost. We lost every single match. Was a 2-1 loss. Damage to any target? Well, that's fucked up. That's real messed up. We probably won't have time for Blast Zone. I think I'm gonna set up Valakut here. Opponent is such a coward. Snow Forest, this goes up to 3. If we find a Titan here, we're probably in really good shape. Titan. So I think what I do is I just shock here and we do this and I get field plus Flaxos. And then we can Violin in Springbloom Druid to get surprise combos. Okay. I mean, they have a nice little engine going on here, I'm not gonna lie. But we also have a pretty solid engine going on. And if we get one attack in, it's probably game over. That's annoying. That's annoying. Like it's okay. It's pretty good for them. Wait a second. Oh, when it lands. So this triggers when it lands enters the battlefield, and it also triggers. Oh, it doesn't trigger when an elemental enters the battlefield, just when it lands. So weird. Nice. So if I sack this, 1, 2, 3, get planes and planes. Zumbos. Zumbos. All right, give me business. Give me any business at all. You ever miss having path in the main, or does the deck go wide enough with feel that you don't really need it? You don't really need it in the main deck. You usually want it mostly for like creature combo decks and stuff. Swiss rolls, thank you for the follow. It's not really a main deck card. Usually Valakut plus Dryad ends up being your removal. Has the land that gives protection in TV been discussed for Reclaimer type? Yes, we tried it, it was bad, didn't like it. Yeah, Sajir's step is not great, in my opinion. Calacvanium, thank you for the follow. I love how our zombies are protected from Fulminator. I mean, Fulminator's not bad for them. It slows the zombie production. It cuts the zombie production in half. It's also not great either. In the upcoming last one you said looking interesting. Everything that has been spoiled for now, it's not really okay. I mean, it's like a third of the set has been spoiled though, right? Like we still need to wait for a long time. They need to bring back land destruction. Well, there's the 2-mana thingy that is pretty scary. Thunderkin Awakener. So I guess they can trade that for a Spite Bellows. But we're just gonna take 6 from the Spite Bellows. I guess we can just chomp with the Springbloom Druid. Just double block the Awakener. And this guy is not really attacking, so I might as well save some damage. Monochrome Giraffe, thank you for the follow. When am I going to be playing Legacy again, and will I be playing? Well, for any events and stuff, I've been really enjoying Esper Vial. I think the deck is very strong. So I've been doing really well with that deck, so that's probably what I'm going to be playing. Another Fulminator. So opponent would probably chomp here. We do need a little bit of help. Not gonna lie. Something good. That one counts. So opponent goes down to 2. Oh no, it goes down to 4. Okay. So 3 men are kind of locked to fulminate, and that's their draw step. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So they need to do something very good. Probably it includes another Spite Bellows. You see the difference between the matches where my opponent elementals me on turn 2 or 3 and the matches where they don't. Like this game, my opponent went turn 1 land, turn 2 land, turn 3 Recent Reef. Like that's just not enough to keep up with what I'm doing. Like that's not how the matchup plays. So they still need to find chump blockers. They still need to find chump blockers unless they have another Spite Bellows maybe. Like this is fine, we just block with Gargaroth and then we make a 3-3, right? Then they block the 3-3, they block the 2-2 and they take 4. Because they're gonna have to use the trigger of the Spite Bellows to block. So I think we just make it 3-3 and we set up lethal. I guess they would need to get Flame King Harbinger back. So block here. Make it 3-3. We can take 6 because it doesn't really matter. Also, we're 10 minutes ahead on clock. Kind of wild. I don't think this deck plays Deputy of Detention. I think this deck actually every single creature is an elemental. So Flicker Wisp. That's really good actually. That is probably their best draw. Now they're gonna kill Gargaroth. And they definitely drew that off of the Spite Bellows trigger because they otherwise would have exiled the thing. Man, too bad that we didn't even draw land there. Three mana 4/3, let's go. Not saving it for Vial? Why does Vial matter? Should have Vial the Knight. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so I understand what you guys are saying now. Yeah. I thought I thought that you meant like destroy my opponent's Vial, and it's just like why? Okay, so this is probably a Flicker Wisp, which is really good for them because that kills a zombie. Okay, it also trades with the Knight of Autumn. Another Wisp? Okay. So this is still lethal. What's your last card that you can cast here? Okay. My opponent's going to be able to cycle one of these lands, which gives them more options. Alright, something good. It's not really something good. But I think I have to keep on the pressure here. I think it might be bad, but I think that I have to hold on to these Flagstones in hand. I think unfortunately I just have to. Yeah, we have to save the land for Dryad. It's bad if my opponent has a Skelemental, but it kind of is what it is. Man, we have so many good draws too. Call is a good draw. Oh, they have the Skelemental. There you go. I mean, if they have another one of the Thunder King dudes, we might be in really rough shape, actually. You have to be kidding me. There's no way. Really? Oh my god! Wow! That's insane! That would have won. That would have won. Wow. Alright. Can't even get mad. Can't even get mad. They needed perfects, and they got them. Why did you play around with Skelemental? Because I literally could not. I literally could not play around Skelemental. I had like infinite good draws, right? Like this was a good draw. Paths were a good draw. Hydromaster 371, thank you for the follow. Paths were good draws. Purges were good draws. Golos or Primetime were good draws. Calls were good draws. Dryad, I guess, really wasn't. Reclaimer was... We had many good draws there. That was a really game. Sorry, good luck in it. You're fine, Hydromaster. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. GG's. Always play around it? Yeah, sure. I wish I could, but I literally could not. Yeah, the Elementals deck is pretty sweet. When I streamed it here, I actually did have a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It's not a good hand. Gonna go to 6. Not a great hand, but it is a keep. This makes me really sad. This is the moment of truth. Is my opponent going to target themselves or are they going to target me? Please be Crabvine. Yeah, I know. Don't be mill, don't be mill, don't be mill, don't be mill. My opponent's making me wait. No, they targeted me. Damn it. They targeted me, chat. They targeted me. And they saved targets. Mill gives me nightmares. Yeah, I know. I mean, at least the Reclaimer is gonna be big. At least Reclaimer is gonna beat down hard, huh? Can we acknowledge we have to actually tech for mill when Zendikar drops? Yeah, that might be a thing that we need to do. So we get owned if they have Archive Trap, right? But like, we can't really play around that anyway, so. What is Sura doing in the mill deck? Right? Making it playable. Here's when we cross our fingers. Here is when we cross our fingers, and I don't think that we can not shuffle there. That we cannot. Yeah, they have the Archive Trap. So let's use Sanctuary. Oh, they had two. That's right. Fuck us, I guess. Yeah, Sanctuary's there. All right. So they probably have Ashiok. That's kind of about it. Knight of Autumn for the artifact. Maybe Paths for the crabs. I think we have to eat it up against the crabs though. We could do 29 land, 64 cards. I'm not opposed to that. A very bad deck to play against. Yeah, it's not my case. It's mostly because I lose to the deck, right? Usually mill is a deck that is really strategically advantaged against the decks that I like to play. It's just what it is. I love for multiple traps. It's a 3-mana 1/4, right? Like that's just way too below rate. Its impact, it's It's a little bit too narrow. I am legit worried about Mill becoming a very good deck with the new crab. I firmly believe that it could be a thing. Love this deck, but it looks like it's very skill intensive to play. It's not easy, I'll tell you that much. It's certainly not an easy deck to play. I make so many mistakes all the freaking time. So the ramming up is gone and the E-wit is gone, so I think it's actually strictly better for me to bog myself here. So I'm gonna do that. I definitely want to get the ETB tap land out of my hand. The new Ant ramp blue enchantment, but don't bother if people already asked about that. No, I think it's actually quite good. I think that the new, like, you're talking about the cycle enchantment that was spoiled, right? Which is like a cycler and... Okay. So I'm just gonna YOLO here. Just get double Valakut. Let's fucking go. If they have multiple archive traps, we get wrecked, but they need 3 archive traps or 2 archive traps and 1. I guess it was incorrect for me to mill there, actually. I'm gonna get an archive trap to bunch here. Yep, there we go. So now they're gonna push the Dryad, sweet. Alright, I think we're doing good. I guess they could Wrath us here. But they missed their land drop and they also did not... They only played 1 archive trap. This deck is garbage. I hope you mean my opponent's, Scott, not mine. But yeah, I think it's bad, but you know, some people like it. Who am I to tell people what they can like or not? Must be something. How is Vial a trigger when there if you have no mountains? We have Dryad of the Elysian Grove. This makes all your lands into mountains, so you can actually trigger Valakut. Both of these decks are garbage. Opponent's decks just because it's not good, or deck because it's morally reprehensible. Morally reprehensible. That is. That is the funniest description that I have heard so far. All right, Thalia, baby. I'm gonna need you here, okay? I need you to get me home. I need you to get me home. Green, white, morally reprehensive, mid-range Vial, Titan. You forget about Titan. I was asking about Confounding Conundrum, the one that returns second last. Yeah, I think it's going to be very good against us. But it's going to be a little bit of a double-edged sword. Like, there's going to be situations where that's going to be actually an upside for the Titan player. What's all about that Ashley ban? We in here casually running 5 color as soon as strike his play. Oh yeah, easy. We even have Bojuka Bog and Valakut, so we have black and red mana. Easy game, easy life. No crab is good for us. No crab is good for us. Glimpse. Okay, so the only relevant-ish card to get a mill there was a field. People start playing multiple conundrums, it's gonna be really hard to play a ramp deck. Yeah, I agree with that. That sucks. I think we just have to eat it up here. Like if they have Archive Trap, like we're just fucked, but forest. No. Fuck, man, they always have it. They always have it. So ramming up is gone. Tracker's gone. Bog is gone. Ewid would be nice. Down to 17 cards. I think I'm just gonna make 2 4/3s here. My opponent is down to. My opponent is down to one card in hand. So I'm just gonna like go full throttle and put my opponent on a 2-turn clock. So I'm gonna give them 2 draw steps to mill me for 16, and then I'm going to just attack them twice. Yeah, both Valakuts are gone. I think both fields are also gone. No, just one of the fields. We're gonna be very sad if my opponent's playing Ensnare and Bridge. So I guess that we can actually do this. We play around Snare and Bridge this way. Please don't draw Ancestral, please don't draw Ancestral. Ewit is still in the deck. We probably have to play around this Snare Bridge here. Played Timur Uro, piling his new brand today. Game 1 they did nothing. Game 2 went off through Veil of Summer but fizzled. Sure. Definitely putting that on top. Fizzle on the first row. Looks like real life Neobrand is really different from Moto Neobrand. Man. Neobrand. Four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm not gonna play around the sweeper, but I'm gonna try to put more pressure. Let's fucking go. A pretty funny game against Control where they kept pathing my Ballista, so I got to be casted with Karn twice. Good thing I named Governor Construct. Nice. Alright, so we just passed now. Play land to see next draw. If they have land plus Archive Trap, I lose. I have 15 cards in library, so I kind of don't want to see the top card. Like, I already have enough mana to do whatever I want, right? Anything that I might want to do, I can just do already, so... Crypt Incursion would win my opponent the game, most likely. I'd have to imagine. So we can't really play around that one. They're just gonna wait. They're just gonna gain way too much life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think it's correct for me to play around Snare Bridge. Like I just have to choose. Like, do I want to play around the Snare Bridge or do I want to play around Crypt Incursion? Maybe I should have played the Knight of Autumn. Maybe I should have played the second Knight of Autumn. Yeah, I'm regretting it now because like they might have Uro Trophy, my Dryad. They're Dobbs. Yeah. Sweet. We beat Mill. Get wrecked, Mill player. Alright, 4-1, a lot better than the first league. A lot better than the first league. The first league was pretty rough. But we kind of brought it back a little bit. So 92-37 is the final record for now. How do we feel about 28 lands? No Knight of the Reliquary. I don't think I missed Knight of the Reliquary that much, if I'm being honest. I don't think I missed Reliquary that much. Do you miss second Steve? Well, we have Springload Druid, and Druid has been really good. So I think I am on the one Druid, one Steve boat at this point. But Springload Druid has been very, very powerful. Update Astral Ren, please. All right, Shana, you have a deck tech. But yeah, about this deck, I don't think there's. I'm not gonna be able to play another league today, but I think this is a cool place to be. Will we want a second Druid? No, I don't think so. We're at 71 win rate now. Maybe. So yeah, we are at, again, my record so far is 92-37. It's just so tough to get a feel for that, you know? It's so tough to get a feel for the difference that the One of Forest made. Probably what I should do actually for testing purposes is just use a different art basic forest. And then we can kind of like think of that different art basic forest as the Knight of the Reliquary. Do I have no other nice forest arts? That's so sad. No other beta forest. Brutal. But maybe that's what I should be trying. Maybe a Canopy. I'm not interested in Canopy. Basically, you never want to sack it. So usually in this kind of deck, just Canopies. It's pretty bad. Poking Magical, thank you for the follow. Suggest step too narrow. It's just, yeah, it's not very good. I think in this deck you have a lot more flexibility. Like even in this deck, I probably would not play Canopy. I think that this card is better than Canopy probably, because you can actually fetch this with Flagstones. Canopy enters the battlefield untapped though. This is definitely a deck that I would try to update for sure. I think I like the 4-call shell. I'm kind of taking it from there. I'm not a fan of Teague though. Today was a really good showing for Thalia, by the way, overall. Here. It actually was a very good showing for Thalia against the Bogles deck, against the against the mill deck right there. Like, my opponent was forced to push it immediately. All of that stuff is just... I mean, Thalia does a lot of work for this deck, in my opinion. I think people are very, very quick to... we even beat out Nauseam today, right? Like, we even beat out Nauseam thanks to all the taxes that we had. Even beat Nauseam game 1. Like, green-white Reclaimer would have never beaten that Nauseam game 1, like, ever in a million years. So... I think that Thalia makes a lot of sense to me, at least. I think Thalia makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye. Take care.